Hello, and welcome to Behind the Joke. This is my series where I give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes information on my joke, whether how I wrote it, what inspired it, little tidbits about it, anything like that. So, in this episode of Behind the Joke, I'm going to talk about my joke about Banzo's breed. If you don't remember that joke, take a look.
Oh man, I used to struggle with my anxiety real bad. And I would do all the things for my anxiety, like the CBD tinctures, essential oils, meditation, breathing technique, gratitude, all the things. And then I got an emotional support animal to travel with me everywhere. We adopted him at the shelter, and he's so cute. We wanted to know what breed he was, so we did a little DNA test on him. And I haven't even done a DNA test on myself. Because I'm not trying to get framed for no murder. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen that episode, Nice Try. But I'll test my dog, because he's not living a life of crime. He's fine. So we did his little DNA test. Come to find out, he is Yorkie, Maltese, Shih Tzu, Cocker Spaniel, Miniature Schnauzer, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. Hello, scholarship.
Now that your memory is refreshed, I've since brought Bonzo here so we can all keep in mind what he looks like. In this joke, I talk about how we did a DNA test, and we really did do a DNA test on him. I adopted him at the shelter. He was the sweetest dog in the shelter. All these dogs were barking and just anxious, and he was just sitting there like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's such a little sweetheart, and he was just so quiet and chill. And when I brought him home, he was still very quiet and chill. He doesn't bark a lot. Like, he barks every now and then, but, like, rare. It's like, when he barks, we're all like, excuse you, you are not a dog. You are a baby human. Stop it. Like, he'll remind us that, no, he, in fact, is a dog. So, anyways, we adopted him. He was super cute. I was like, I want to know what breed he is, because what they wrote down at the shelter, out of my brain was blanking for a second, what they wrote down at the shelter, which I can't remember what it is in this moment, but I remember thinking, like, that doesn't feel right. I don't think that's what he is. I thought for sure he was going to be like Maltese something, maybe multi-poo, maybe whatever. And every time I'm on a plane or somewhere, people ask me, is he multi-poo? Is he cavapoo? Everybody has like a guess of what he is. People want to know. They're like, oh, is he blah, blah, blah? He looks just like my dog. And I'd be like, oh, he's a mutt. He's a bunch of things. So anyways, we did a DNA test on him, and where you actually have to, stick a little thing in his mouth and rub it on the side of his cheeks. And his results, I was baffled that he was Yorkie. I would never think that he was Yorkie, but then now looking at his ears, he does have this like Yorkie dark gray color in there. So I started writing this joke about his DNA and what that was. But here's a little tidbit behind that joke and a little bit of trouble it caused for me. I have never done a late night set. Not want to say late. I've never done a late night set. I did a stand-up set on George Lopez's show, Lopez Tonight. But I'm talking about like the traditional, The Tonight Show, The Late Show, The Late Late Show, David Letterman, whatever. I have never performed a stand-up set on one of those shows. I've had a few opportunities, and in this particular opportunity, I submitted a set. So what happens is you film yourself doing a set at a club, and you submit it like an audition. Hey, I would like to do my set on your show. And there was one particular late night show. I submitted a set, and they're like, it's great. Here's what we would rework and change. And this joke that I do about Bonzo, at the end, in the punchline, I say, he's Yorkie, Maltese, Shih Tzu, Cocker Spaniel, Miniature Schnauzer, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. Hello, scholarship. I'm Mexican. My husband's Puerto Rican. That's where that comes from. But the note that I got back was that they wanted me to take that out because it could be offensive. That I'm comparing Mexicans and Puerto Ricans to dogs. And that is not the case. To me, it's very clear that that is not the joke. The joke is that I am Mexican and my husband is Puerto Rican and he's our child. So anyway, they were like, we want you to take that punchline out. And I'm like, well, if I take that punchline, there's no point in doing that joke. And then that joke leads into this next joke. And I tried to like explain that to them, but you know, in this world where people get easily offended by things, they're trying to play it super, super safe. And, Sen, come up here. They're trying to play it safe. And I guess it's different. Like in a comedy club setting, yeah, everybody knows, like, it's jokes, whatever. But then when you take it to like a late night setting and other people are watching who may not understand jokes, I don't know. I really don't. This is me trying to guess their reasoning and why they're doing what they're doing. All that to say, I chose not to change my joke and just not do the set. So, I have still not been on a late night show to do my stand-up because I didn't want to change my joke. If anybody here is watching right now and you are offended that I said my dog is Puerto Rican Mexican, I'm sorry you feel that way. I really am. But that's a little bit of some behind the scenes insider info on my joke about Banzo's breed. It's a silly joke. I go on to talk about how he doesn't really bark, but if he did, this is how I imagine his, you know, human voice would sound like, and, you know, things like that. But yeah, maybe one day I'll do a stand-up set on a late night show, and my set that I submit will be foolproof, non-offensive, I don't think I'm an offensive comic, but you'd be surprised. I offend people quite often. I'm just trying to tell stories and try to make people laugh, and that's all. So this is a little behind the scenes on my joke about Banzo's dog breed. Also, I do have a full video of me doing his breed reveal. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it. But there is a video where I filmed us doing his dog breed reveal. So you can check that out and see even further in depth some behind the scenes of us coming up with his dog breed and me writing that joke. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on the next episode of Behind the Joke. That was good, Sen. You did a very good job. I'm very proud of you.